This is the latest ebook reader from Barnes Noble. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the Nook GlowLight 4 Plus ebook reader from Barnes Noble. Now, the name didn't change much, but the technology has definitely changed since the GlowLight 4. Most obviously, the GlowLight 4 had a 6-inch screen, and this is a 7.8-inch, 300 pixel per inch, 16-level grayscale screen running at 1404 by 1872 pixels. So it is bright, it has a high density, there's a lot of grayscale, and it is still that e-ink. So this thing, when you charge it, you're going to be able to read your books for anywhere from 3 weeks to a month without having to worry about recharging. Really nice. Now, another big addition here is it adds audio circuitry. So it has built-in Bluetooth, so you can pair it with a pair of headphones and listen to an audiobook. Or what I really like is it has a 3.5mm jack, so you can plug in a speaker and you can actually listen to an audiobook through a speaker. We'll do that in just a second. Now, the Bluetooth's a fairly old version, Bluetooth 4.0, but I think they chose that because it's very low power, and it's still going to work fine if you're within like 15 or 20 feet of your device. You'll be great. So, IPX7 waterproof. Yes, you can read in the bath, and if you accidentally drop it and it slips into the tub, then rinse it off and let it dry 100% fully, especially that USB-C charging port. Make sure that's completely dry before you try to use it. But it is waterproof. It is very nice to think that if someone, knocks you and your daiquiri goes all over this, just rinse it off and you're good to go. Now, part of the way they did that is they actually redesigned the screen, so it is a solid screen. There's no edges or ridge or anything to collect dust. So it actually also is going to work really well at the beach. It is a flush front. It is a glare-free display. It's a little hard for you to tell on my camera, but it also, importantly, has glow light illumination in night mode. And the way I always set it up is I turn the brightness up pretty high, and then I turn on night mode so that at sunset it goes into a sort of orangey color, and then at sunrise it goes back to that white color, and that's really good for your eyes. It makes it easier for you to sleep at night, all sorts of positive things. Now, one of the other advantages this has over for example, Amazon Kindle, is that in addition to that swipe gesture, it also has physical buttons on both sides, left or right-handed, so you can also just go to the next page by tapping on that. In fact, let's go into one of my books, and very typical e-ink experience, and then I can just click to go to the next page and go back. Super easy, or I can just do swiping. I actually prefer swiping. That seems to me a little bit more of a normal gesture, but you're good either way. So really nice. 32 gig of storage also means that you have a ton of space for books. Obviously, audiobooks take more space, so you're not going to be able to have hundreds of audiobooks, but if you have 2 or 3 of your favorite audiobooks and a dozen or 2 titles, actual ebooks, you're going to have crates of space. It's going to work out really nicely. Battery-wise, it's a 2500 milliamp hour battery, which, like I said, gives you somewhere between 3 weeks and a month of typical reading. And if you listen to audiobooks, it takes a lot more juice. It's going to run 9 to 10 hours with an audiobook. And when you are ready to charge it, there's nothing, no buttons or anything on the top or on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is a power button. And then on the bottom is USB-C and that 3.5mm jack. That's pretty much everything here. So 7.8 inches by 5.8 inches by 3/10 of an inch, 10 ounces. It's really light. There's a lot to like here. I really think you need a cover for it, but I have a pre-release version of the unit, so don't quite have those covers out yet, but they will. By the time you can pick up one of these, you'll be able to pick up a cover for it. Now, let's have a little fun with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it into a speaker, and it looks like it just powered off, so I'll have to wake it up again. So I'll let you see what I'm doing. So you push the Nook button, and then you slide, and then I'm going to choose an audiobook. And there we go.
The video.
So I can change the volume.
She knew what happened next. At least here in her home
And
house,
I don't have the rights to
wine
actually let you listen to this
with
audiobook, but you can see the user experience is pretty straightforward. You can change playback speed. It goes all the way from half speed to 3.5x speed. I would be pretty amazed if people could process information that quickly, but you have the choice. You can also, this is really cool, set a sleep timer. So if you find that you fall asleep while listening to your audiobook in the evening, you can just say, play for 15, 30, 45 minutes till the end of the chapter, and then turn off. So instead of waking up and finding out, oh, you finished the audiobook and didn't hear any of it, you can just say, give me 15 minutes. And then if you're still kind of awake, you're having a tough evening or something, you can put on another 15 minutes. So that sleep timer is very cool. And that's pretty much everything with audiobooks. If I go back and we go to a regular book, and again, you can do both of these super easily. And then very typically, if I tap at the top, then I can tap on the uppercase, lowercase a, and then it gives me access to a lot of controls that let me change typeface, let me change type size, let me change spacing between lines, all of those things that make e-readers so much more flexible than a regular book. And that's pretty much all I got for you. It's really straightforward. Pairing Bluetooth, you just go into settings, Bluetooth, and then turn on, like my headphones, just put it into pairing mode, it'll show up and you choose it and boom, you're done. And now it's gonna be ready to go. Every time you turn it on, it'll automatically reconnect. So if you want to do little earbuds that are wired, that's also an extremely viable option. Again, you got that 3.5 millimeter, so it's really easy to deal with. So lots to like here. I think this is a really nice device, and I think that there's a lot of really good ebook readers out there, and this is definitely one to check out. And you know, if you're like me, someone who's reading all the time, having this in your bag or in your backpack or just sitting in your car or something is a huge win. So that's everything I got. Definitely one to check out. Now, we do need to talk about the price. So let's get there too. Now, before we get to the price, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you'd be so kind, and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate when you do that. Now, this is the Nook GlowLight 4 Plus ebook reader from Barnes Noble, and it is $199.99 at barnesandnoble.com. I expect it will show up on other sites, and it might show up with a slight discount, but that puts it at about $50 more than the GlowLight 4. And honestly, for the larger screen, for the audio capabilities, and for the waterproof feature, all of that is a no-brainer upgrade. So definitely one to check out. I'm going to go back to my book, so I'll have to catch you in my next video.